On June 6th this year, there were a lot of riots that started in the city of Los Angeles in the state of California. These riots were about trying to protect those who immigrated to the United States illegally and give them shelter from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, better known as ICE. Many things happened during this riot, such as people vandalizing businesses and other personal properties such as cars. Hotels where ICE agents were staying at were also attacked by fireworks and other arms. It was something that was not unprecedented because this happened back in 2020 in the exact same fashion, but for different reasons, which we all know. The thing about the masks and someone who was allegedly unalived due to his ethnic background, completely ignoring all the toxicology reports, but that's a story for another day. In my first YouTube video, I talk about this issue. Link is in the description below. So, what exactly are the reasons why there are so many people participating in the so-called No Kings riots? Well, in this video, I'll list a few. First, I'll start with the immigration issue. This topic has sharply divided two camps, liberals and conservatives. Liberals feel that no immigrant is truly illegal, and that since we all live on indigenous land anyways, we have no right to draw any borders because they're artificial anyways. Therefore, the term illegal immigrant is also a social construct that needs to be disposed of. The ones who push this narrative were oftentimes seen as being violent, throwing rocks at police vehicles, setting cars on fire, looting, breaking apart sidewalks and other parts of public areas, and many other destructive behaviors in order to get their message across. Police have responded to these behaviors with force, and many people were found by the FBI and arrested. Some protesters were peaceful, but on the whole, many were disruptive, blocking out traffic in freeways and other streets, and generally being a nuisance rather than peacefully demonstrating in a civil manner, as is guaranteed in the United States Constitution. Now, let's talk about how conservatives see this issue. On the whole, conservatives are against illegal immigration of any form and from whatever country. They're oftentimes accused of harboring racist sentiments towards Latinos, but generally that has not been the case. While it is true that the majority of illegal immigration comes from Latin America, an increasing number these days is from Africa and Asia. Illegal immigration from Latin America has actually been on the decline. Given this information, conservatives argue that this is not a matter of racism, though that might be part of the explanation for the opposition, but a matter of enforcing national laws. A country that does not enforce immigration laws will end up sowing anarchy and chaos, and there will likely be an increase in crime in the nation into which these illegal immigrants go. In this case, the US. Racism is a minimal factor, and it is only a main explanation for the fringe right, like white nationalists and such, who are seen as outcasts in the conservative sphere. They also argue that the destruction of property by these liberal activists are counterproductive and further entrench political division. So while it's true that we have guaranteed free speech in America, that does not justify using violence to attack people, especially law enforcement officials. So what do I think about these rioters? In general, I think that while it's understandable to be frustrated and voice your opinion, even if your opinion makes no sense, becoming violent and destructive is almost always a bad idea. Not only will it make others not listen to you, but it will radicalize them to be against you as well. This is why I think most things, at least here in America, can be protested in a safe and civil manner. Violence is only necessary when it's a life and death scenario, and this is not one of them. The rioters in this scenario are impulsive, arrogant, ignorant of the facts, immature, unnecessarily hostile, irrational, selfish, inconsiderate, insensitive, and devoid of empathy. They are so wrapped up in their agenda that they forgot others have responsibilities that are more important than worrying about illegal immigrants being deported. Most Americans are still struggling financially and jobs are scarce. So, this is what they'll focus on, not the rights of someone who broke the law by crossing the border illegally. This used to be a common sense position to take, even by Democrats themselves. People like Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, among others, prided themselves on being against illegal immigration. However, when you listen to them now, it's almost as if they're completely different people. They have become so radicalized and so far to the left that they truly believe, just like everyone else in their radical camp, that anyone who disagrees with them is some sort of right-wing radical. It's interesting how that works because the so-called radical right-wing people didn't move. It was the left that has become more radical. And so, from their perspective, it seems like everyone has become radicalized. Amazing how perspective plays a huge part in how you perceive others and their ensuing intentions. So that's it for this video. If you like this content, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share to get notified about more videos like this one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.